Hi guys, I'm Julian Kips here with Northern Mystic, and I'm here at Forescan and Wake with James, and today we're here to talk about a new product release, the SF Foil. So the SF Foil is going to be our new surf foil, and it is a tool that we added to our lineup. Originally we had the MA, this is it right here. MA is a medium aspect ratio going towards almost low aspect ratio, so easy lift, really forgiving foil, great for everything really, kiting, winging, surfing. As far as the surfing goes, it was a little slow and some people were asking for something a little faster. So we released the HA. With the HA is on the other end. As you can see, this is a really high aspect ratio. So when you compare both together, you can tell that this is pretty much half the size of the medium aspect. Another great foil. I personally use a 750 for kiting. Now for surfing, problem that some people have been experiencing is that the stall speed is pretty high. So if you're riding really big waves, it's not going to be an issue, but like we're in Charleston right here and the waves can be a little small sometimes. So we came up with the SF. So when we put them next to each other, you can see this is a 1050 HA and this is the 930 SF. So they seem pretty similar, but when we look at them closer, the leading edge is going to be a little thicker on the SF versus the HA, and it's going to be a smaller wingspan for the same surface area. So what that means is that you're gonna have a lower stall speed, and it's gonna be a little more forgiving in the turns. Actually, it's gonna be really nice in the turns. Long story short, this one is gonna be right in between those two. So we took the best out of those two foils and made it one that is really great for foiling and surf foiling as well as wing surfing. A lot of people tend to forget it, but the stabilizer is an important part of your foil. So this is the stabilizer that we had with the medium aspect that also works great with the high aspects. This is our S210. We also have the S270 if you ride on the bigger size of those foils. Right here, we developed the SF215. This is going to be a high aspect ratio as well, but it allows you to extend your stall speed. So this is going to stall at a way slower speed than you would experience with this one. Less drag resulting in a lower stall speed.
This is really awesome. We got the mid aspect, the high aspect, and the SFs. What is the feeling of like each one of them for riding?
So that's a great question. So actually, all three are going to have a different feel. So this is going to be like really carvy, and like I said previously, really forgiving foil. Super easy to get up on foil. So it's going to be great for beginners to intermediate. The HA right here is going to be, you're going to feel a little more locked in. So you're going to have to be more aggressive in your turns. This is why I prefer to ride it with a smaller stabilizer. So the S210 is a good one. You can actually pair it with the new S215 as well. But to turn it, it's going to be more like a snap turn, just like you would feel with a surfboard, right? The SF is going to be right in between, so really carvy. Actually, in the smaller sizes, it's going to be turning really well. If you go up in the higher sizes, it's going to be a little harder to turn, which is actually designed for that reason, because it's going to be more oriented toward beginners or like bigger riders. Bigger riders are going to be pushing more aggressively than a smaller rider, so that's not going to be an issue for them. But as a beginner, you don't want to be like going side to side too aggressively and get tossed off the board. Another great thing about most of our foil, especially the HA and the SF, is that they are really forgiving when it comes to breaching. I mean, it's funny actually that you have those marks, because I've been pulling the foil all the way up to here out of the water, and I never had any issue with cavitation. It does not bring any water down and doesn't eject you from the board when you breach. It's pretty fun to watch actually.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I usually even try all the series of the wings, and like the HAs, you have to ride it like super fast. You have to be really on the game. And when you're on the MA, it's actually really good, super easy to ride, but you just don't get that kind of glide that you really want out of the MA. So I think the FS was like such a perfect combo for both. It's really easy to ride, easy to get up. Like, you don't have that high of a stall speed, and you get to just glide forever with it. It's super fun to ride. I'm glad to hear that feedback, because it's actually, this is exactly what it was designed for. So like you said, MA is great, but a little slow for like someone who are looking for more for performance surfing. HA is also great, but really fast. So if you don't know what you're doing, it could get frustrating. I'm not saying that you're not gonna have fun. I was in Connecticut a weekend ago, and I was riding a 750, and I was pumping that thing really well. It goes really fast, but you need to be a really efficient prone surfer or wing surfer to be able to make that work really good for you. So SF is gonna be what you want to go to. From
I would say from beginner to advanced rider, it's a great setup. And we actually have 3 sizes on the SF. The 930 being the small one. Size up is going to be the 1080, and the bigger size is going to be the 1230. So depending on your weight and level, you're going to want to pick up a different size. So heavier rider will go with the 1230, and lighter rider with the 930. But it also depends on how efficient you are. So like I ride the 930, I'm also pretty small, but I like something that is a little faster. Knowing that the 930 is an 8.8 aspect ratio, so it's the high aspect ratio of the SF. And if you go up to the bigger one, the 1230, this is going to be a 7.1 aspect ratio. So a little lower aspect ratio, which makes it a little more forgiving. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
so if you want to find out any more about this, you can give us a call at Force Sky and Wake, and we would definitely love to help you out with selecting the right foil wing size for your mute. And don't forget to ride with Force.
Ride with Force.